Stay tuned for insightful interpretations of global literary treasures. Hi, this is Sally with Book Insights. The Qin Han Empire marked the beginning of China's unified dynastic era, establishing institutions that profoundly influenced the next 2 millennia. Mao Zedong once commented on this phenomenon, calling it centuries of institutional continuity. This means subsequent dynasties essentially operated using core principles established during the Qin dynasty. Today we're discussing the Qin Han Empire, a historical analysis of these foundational systems. Authored by renowned Japanese historian Nishijima Sadao. Beyond political structures, the book uniquely examines the empire's significance through an East Asian historical lens. Let's explore the book's three main perspectives. First, essential systems defining the Qin Han Empire. Second, how Confucianism became the exclusive state ideology. Third, the empire's expansion strategies across East Asia. First, let's examine the foundational systems. These domestic governance strategies included imperial authority, administrative divisions, bureaucratic systems, and social hierarchies, starting with the emperor institution. This system inaugurated China's era of centralized imperial rule. Created by Qin Shi Huang, it concentrated supreme power in a single ruler. While traditionally seen as combining legendary rulers' titles, Nishijima argues Huangdi implies divine sovereignty. This supreme deity concept elevated emperors beyond mortal constraints. Earlier Zhou rulers were sons of heaven, subordinate to celestial forces. The imperial title placed rulers on par with divine powers. This nomenclature persisted for over 2 millennia. Imperial authority thus surpassed all previous leadership models. How did emperors maintain this vast governance? This brings us to the second pillar, the commandery-county system. Originating in the spring-autumn period, this replaced feudal domains with centralized administration. Nobles served as monarchs' absolute representatives in their fiefdoms, known as aristocratic feudalism. Later, due to wartime needs, rulers established counties in core territories and commanderies in border regions. The origin of the commandery-county system. Initially, commanderies and counties weren't hierarchical. By late Warring States period, commanderies began overseeing multiple counties, like Zhao's Dai Commandery managing 36 counties. Counties then resembled modern county-level cities, while commanderies functioned as prefecture-level administrations. This system became institutionalized through two phases during Qin and Han eras. First phase, after unification, Qin Shi Huang adopted Li Si's proposal to abolish feudalism and implement commandery-county system nationwide. Qin initially divided empire into 36 commanderies, later 48, each with governors, zhenshou, and county magistrates assisted by deputies called cheng. These deputies assisted local governance as vice officials. Additionally, each region had military commanders, wei, responsible for security, comparable to modern police chiefs. The system flourished under Qin's centralized rule. Qin used this system to dismantle regional nobility and centralize resources. Only emperors appointed local officials, eliminating hereditary positions. The system enabled direct taxation and conscription of peasant households. This eliminated noble intermediaries, creating direct ruler-subject relationship. However, Qin Empire collapsed after merely 15 years. Post-Qin collapse saw feudal revival and system's ultimate test during Han's early instability. This complex history, Han founder Liu Bang compromised with feudalism to unify the realm. Though proclaiming himself emperor, he infected new nobles across former Six States territories east of Hanggu Pass. These included military strongmen like Han Xin, Pen Yu, and Ying Bu. Liu Ban's political compromises during Chu Han contention. After Shang Yu's defeat, these non-Liu kings became existential threats. Liu Bang systematically stripped Han Xin of military authority through political maneuvers. Ying Bu and others rebelled upon sensing danger but were defeated piecemeal. Conquered territories were granted to Liu relatives, reviving Qi, Zhao, Chu, and Wei regional control. Liu Bang believed Qin's fall stemmed from lacking royal family support networks. During Qin's collapse, central forces fought alone, without regional reinforcement. Thus emerged the dual system: commanderies in Qin homeland, feudalism in eastern regions. However, this hybrid system failed to achieve stability. Eastern princes grew powerful post Liu Bang's death, like Liu Cheng's rebellion during Wen Di's reign. The Seven Kingdoms Rebellion led by Liu Bi erupted under Jing Di. During rebellions, only centrally administered commanderies supported the throne. This prompted centralization efforts against regional lords. The solution became clear: gradual conversion of eastern kingdoms into commanderies through systematic weakening. First phase, Emperor Wen implemented Jia Yi's divide and diminish policy, fragmenting fiefdoms. Second phase, Emperor Jing centralized official appointments. After suppressing rebellions, princes retained tax revenues but lost governance power, becoming ceremonial figures. Emperor Wu's reign witnessed the infamous alcoholic gold incident. What was this? Originally, nobles were required to contribute ritual funds called Zhoujin for imperial ceremonies every August. Emperor Wu used substandard gold quality as pretext to strip nobles' titles, converting their lands into commanderies. A decree of enfeoffment reform. Previously only eldest sons inherited, now all sons could divide territories. This new policy emphasized through pacing equal inheritance rights for all princes over land and population. Kingdoms gradually fragmented through divided inheritances, preventing unified resistance against central authority. And thus concluded Phase 2 of commandery system development under Emperor Wu. Territories east of Hanggu Pass came under direct central control. Strategic warring states regions returned to central administration, establishing governance model for 2 millennia. Emperors didn't implement this system alone. They relied on a sophisticated bureaucratic apparatus. This leads us to the third pillar: imperial bureaucracy. Local bureaucracy included governors, magistrates, deputies, Cheng, and security commanders Wei. This formed regional bureaucratic framework. At central level, the three lords - nine ministers system prevailed. Three lords: Chancellor, Civil Administration, Grandee Secretary, Military. The Chancellor oversaw civil affairs, assisted by Grandee Secretary, handling audits and documentation. 9 ministers included roles like Chamberlain for attendance, security, and Superintendent of ceremonials. Rituals, their duties divided into imperial security and advising and state ritual and administration. Chamberlain for attendance managed imperial security while advising on governance. Others oversaw state rituals, legal matters, and resource management. Take the Chamberlain for the palace revenues, responsible for imperial household management and natural resource taxation. How were these imperial intimates selected? Nishijima positioned that Han officials first served as Lang officials, building personal bonds with emperors before promotion. This master-servant relationship theory remains foundational in Japanese historiography. What exactly were Lang officials? Lang officials were imperial aides under the Chamberlain for attendance, trusted inner circle members. They served as emperor's personal staff, message carriers, charioteers, and palace guards. Their proximity bred trust, leading to major appointments when needed. These confidants became military commanders and ministers. The records of the Grand Historian documents 143 nobles enfeoffed during Liu Bang's reign. Marquisiate represented highest honor for military merits. 139 non-Liu recipients included battlefield companions like Cao Can and Fan Kuai. Cao Can, Marquis of Pingyang, again as Liu Bang's strategist. Fan Kuai, Marquis of Weiyang, as personal aide. Thus, early Han bureaucracy fundamentally relied on personal imperial connections. So,